time of mixed feelings, mourning an icon while celebrating his legacy. Coming to terms with our personal loss, but relieved that a prolonged illness has finally eased its hold, allowing a man who's lived a full and meaningful life a chance at last to rest. On Friday, people from all walks of life gathered at significant locations around the country to pay their respects to Nelson Mandela. From Howick in KwaZulu-Natal, where he was arrested in 1962, to the Grand Parade in the Mother City, where he addressed thousands of supporters as a free man. From his ancestral home in Qunu, a small village in the Eastern Cape, to the place he took his last breath in Houghton, Johannesburg. Locals and tourists, dignitaries, politicians and artists, they've all spoken out about Madiba's impact on the world.
If we are going to build one nation, if we don't start reaching out, we will never reconcile, we will never become one nation. This was his biggest lesson to all of us, and he was always stating it.
He had the most charismatic personality, and he never imposed his view, but he was quite firm. And if you ever wanted to win an argument against him, you would have to be very prepared to discuss.
Praising his principles and readiness to forgive,
he pleaded for an inclusive democracy and an inclusive economy, and that defined him throughout his life. He, at the point of when South Africa confronted its worst moment, he lit the flame of reconciliation, and he brought together people across races, across religious divides, across class divides, in a way that nobody else could do.
Moments in history burned forever in our minds.
Very tall, very elegant man, and just the way he walked, you knew that he'd been born greatness.
And most of all, how he will always be remembered.
I think what we should take from his life is the need for South Africans to take hands, to work together, is to heed his message that never and never again should there be in South Africa the suppression of any one of another, that we should work together as a nation, irrespective of race or color or political orientation, in order to fulfill the tremendous potential which this country has.
Millions around the world are celebrating the magic of Madiba, so while he may have passed away, his legacy lives on.
Know more about your world. eNCA.com